Hi, this is Luna, and I am here to share with you and everybody about my mystical experiments of my awakenings and my near-death experiments. So I have I had the calling to share my experiences. That's because it might help some others or peoples who are looking after some answers into the awakening path. So I'm here to share a bit of my experiences and the memories that I have and I carry on, and the past that I walk in it, and the things that I am learning through my awakenings and through near-death experiments. So I have actually not the exact or correct words for near-death experiments. That's because once I had experimented them, they have been more than a near deaths. They have been like total deaths, and so it could be called near deaths. That's because I have experimented them alive, and I did not go to other side yet. I came back to life. So I think it's mean that, but the experiments are what I had. They were like so alive, and they have been so complete. So I will start from my last experiments and my awakening. I'll call it the House 7. I call it that because I had another experiments and awakenings due to my teenage time till now. So I cannot count them, like how many times I have been passed through other worlds and parallels and universes, like a different stage, the metaverses, the metamorphics worlds, but they have been a lot. But I felt so deeply that the 7th house that I had been through last year, because it was so special. It was too experimental. It was too mystical, and it's been mystical because when I had my experiments due to psychedelics as well, but I had opened the gateways that it was through my own visions, and all my chakras or light lines, they have been opened, and I could witness much more than before. Like due to all these years, any awakening that I had, they have been different. And this one I call it the 7. That's because it was the 7th house, and once I entered the 7th house, I could, like, very quickly with the speed of light, I could go to the different houses, like 8 and 9 and 10 and whatever, because there are different belief systems. So, and the correct explanation for that house is that because you will get once with your etheric body, with your etheric soul, and once you are awaken at your etheric soul, you are connected to the light of the consciousness, like a universal consciousness, and everything like a data is just downloading for you, through you. And the way that I could travel and go inside the tunnels of time and space, it's been a really beautiful experiment. So this time I could understand the base from the beginning till the end, until the end again to the beginning. And I could learn my ancestors, I could learn where I come from and who I am, and have this telepathic way of talking to my ancestors. Yet I am practicing and I am looking after how I can have a good connection with them, like how I can manage to understand them much better. And it required knowledge. Anyway, and the way that everything will come through you, and the way that your ancestor, they want to show you the ways, is these are very mystical, and these are very important at the same time. It required attention, it required wisdom. Anyway, once you are awakened at that house, you will get a really big wisdom, and it's a universal wisdom that will come to you. But also there are things that are interfere due to this time, and is the collective conscious and collective unconscious. These two is very important due to this time. That's because once you're awake, and the awakening have levels and have stage, but once you are at the upper houses of this awakening, when you get awake, you need to really be careful of the things that you are feed yourself with, what you're looking at, who you are talking with, and what the advice they can give you, and how they're gonna understand you. So another thing that got my interest to talk about it, and I question myself, like, why the awakenings are so painful and so insane? Why is like that? And I answered myself, like, the answer, it came to me, and it was very clear, because of the conscious and unconscious collective. So when you are one with your etheric soul and body, you will understand the depth of everything. And due to the historical dates and the beginning of us and humanities and the cultures, so you will get leveled up with them. Like one word or one tension can take you like a mirror. It can take you back and it can bring you forward, and you can understand it, because a word or a sentences, it does not have an exact meaning like what you are mean at right now. It can have in a different dimension, like different meanings and different purposes. So these are the things have to be very well managed. That because you are so transparent and you can feel the depth of everything, like all the emotions, all the thoughts, all the feelings, yourself and the others, like the companies which is around of you, the peoples, and our thoughts, our thinkings are like once you think, when you have the emotions, they are here like an aura, like they are filling our space. And these things are the sounds, the vibes, the vibration, and everything is just turning around of us. And who is awake is like too transparent, it's just too open, and everything like a vibration, it can pass through. So one of the reasons that I felt from my own experiments that makes the awakening too hard and insane is that because of the energy fields of the others that are around of us, because of that big fields of the thoughts and the emotions and the vibration which is around of us. So it makes you vibrate. It makes you really, it can mix with everything. That's why it's hard, because who is awakened is just too open to receive everything, to receive and witness and have different perceptions, because it's a union perception. It's not just from this normal life reality window what you see like very express and boundary. No, it's just there is no boundary, there is no frame, and it's too open. So the others can affect it, can interfere in those paths, and what we can do is just like inform the others to control them thoughts, to control them emotions. I have seen, I don't want to say who's doing right and who's doing wrong, because the right and wrong, it does not mean in any way in our daily life that we are doing. Maybe something is good for me and something is bad for the others, and something is bad for me and something is good for the others. So we have this duality of also of senses and means of the words. So we can't actually say what is good and bad, but we know what is better for us to become, to make us better and to make the others better. And it is about like teaching the others how to think. Not to teaching them how to think, but to teaching them how to be much more positive. How to control the emotion. I have seen so many places or so many teachers, they are doing a way to heal, to give this healing for the other people from them traumas, from them whatever they are into, is that like to throw out all them negativities and the traumas and things, and they give it to earth and give it out. To me, it didn't come actually a good way to heal the traumas. That's because what we vibrate out, it doesn't go anywhere to get stuff on. No, it's just coming out, and it will stay out. It will stay in the auras of the planet that we are living, and also in space. So we need to clean actually this aura. That's because those are who are gonna get awake. They have purposes. The purposes are very important. Some they will understand them purposes before they get awake, and some will understand after they get awake. For me, was due to all these things that was happening, then I have find the biggest purposes, the top purpose that I have to do, and why I have been coming back to this life so many times. I come back and go, and well, I've learned that as well. So half of my responsibility is, it belongs to the spirit world. It belongs to a higher perception and perspective of my own life. Those are responsibilities that my ancestors, they have asked me. They wanted me to go through, and yet there are so many other things that I need to consider, that I need to be a help also for that side and also for this side. So to look after the purposes is very important, and to respect the spirit words also is very important, and to clean ourselves and the auras of our space and planet also is very much more important for those who are gonna get awake and they have purposes to to go on in that path. It's meant to do and to be something bigger than only this frame of what we are living on and what we are going through. So I hope it resonates and it can help